Hello everyone and welcome to my July wrap-up. I read 9 books this month. I read 7 from the Booktubeathon that was hosted this month, and then 2 of them were from other fun miscellaneous reading. I expected to read more than 9 this month just because of the Booktubeathon, but I needed a break and I'm still kind of getting into the whole reading thing. The first book I read this month was Let's Get Lost by Adiel Said, and I really recommend this book. It was lots of fun. It was a good contemporary read. It was very different from any other type of book that I've read because it has like 5 different points of views, but with the main kind of character prevalent in all of them, and then through her final point of view at the very end. If you want to hear more about this book, I did a book review and book discussion of it, and I will link that in the down below in the About section area. I then picked up Ghost House by Alexandra Ordonetto, and I gave this book about 3.5 stars out of 5. It's really interesting. Basically, the main character, Chloe, her mother dies, and they decide to send her and her brother to their grandmother's estate in England, and she meets this ghost, Alexander Reed, and through this connection between Chloe and Alexander, there is a jealous spirit kind of out to get her. I really like paranormal books and theories. I like watching a haunting and stuff like that. I think it's really interesting. However, as much as I was looking forward to reading this book, I just felt like it took forever to actually start the premise, and I didn't think that the premise was actually kind of drawn out long as it could have been. My 2 favorite characters in here weren't actually even the main characters. They were the 2 psychic mediums, and they were hilarious. I probably will be picking up the next book in this series just because of the ending and the cliffhanger. Gets ya, that cliffhanger. I wrote a review of this on my Goodreads page, so I will also link that down below in the About section. My next book kicked me off for the Booktubeathon, and that is Warm Bodies by Isaac Marion, and I loved this book a lot more than I thought I would. 5 out of 5 stars. It's in my favorites list now. And there should be a book video discussion thingy coming to you soon. I then continued my Booktubeathon reads with the Angel Fire series by Courtney Allison Moulton, and the books consist of Angel Fire, whoa, that is upside down, Wings of the Wicked, and Shadows in the Silence. This is one of my favorite series, and I can't tell you how many times I have read this book and this series, and it never gets old for me. Basically, Ellie is turning 17, and when she does, all of a sudden she can see into this grim, and she sees demons, and she learns that her job is to fight demons, and she is centuries old since the beginning of time, and each time she is reincarnated, she becomes a little bit more human. She also has her protector, Will, who is her guardian and, kind of helps her along on her missions. And yeah, there's a lot of twists and turns, and what I really love about this book is the description that is just so real and just amazing description without having it bogged down in the series, and the demons are creepy, and yeah, the action scenes too are detailed, but again, not bogging down the book, and I just think it's a perfect combination of everything you could ever want in a book series. I then picked up Rain Rain by Anne M. Martin, and this is a really great book, and I cried happy tears and I cried sad tears. This is a middle grade book about the main character, Rose, who has Asperger's, and her daily mental struggles and people understanding her or not understanding her, and when a hurricane hits, she loses her dog Rain, and that whole journey of finding her dog, and yeah, I recommend it. I really liked it and gave it 4 out of 5 stars. I then read Tiger Lily by Jodi Lynn Anderson, and it is basically the tale of Tiger Lily through Tinkerbell's point of view before Wendy comes and Tiger Lily and Peter Pan's relationship. I gave it 3.5 out of 5 stars. I really wanted to like it. Everyone's been saying amazing things about it, but what I had a problem with personally is just because Tinkerbell can't talk and Tiger Lily is very introverted. You have a lot of the inner monologue, and sometimes with the inner monologue it got really mundane for me. I really would have liked having it been broken up with a bit more dialogue or a bit more action. And to wrap up July, the final book I read is Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor E. Frankl. I love this book just because for me it's different than any other type of the Holocaust books that you read. This book is split up into 2 sections, and the first section is the story and the experiences that Viktor E. Frankl experienced during his time in Auschwitz and his survival at Auschwitz, and then the second part goes into his own psychological theory of logotherapy. And what this book touches on is the man's and humans' search for what is the meaning of life, and that even through suffering you can still find your reasons and your meaning in life through suffering. And I know that description might sound really like doom and gloom, but I really feel the opposite through this book, and I originally had to read it in school and I loved it so much that I got my own copy, and yeah, I definitely recommend that you pick this up. And it's also pretty short with like 100 pages for the story and a couple more for the psychological part. So that is it for my July wrap up. All of the books mentioned will have a link down below to the specified books that I was talking about, and check out my Goodreads reviews if you want to hear more about it. Saying thus, if you like my videos, please subscribe to my channel. You can follow me on Goodreads, Tumblr, and Twitter. And until next time, I'll see you later. Bye! And welcome to Bring It On Books for August, a little segment where I talk about all the books that I'm looking forward to coming out in the upcoming month.